3, 2, 1. Mario, what's up, man?
Hi.
What's going on?
Quite a bit.
How's it going?
Good. Got some art stuff going, pretty much same as always.
Have you done anything like this before? Podcast, radio, anything?
I did a podcast once with a group of people.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. What was that?
It was in promotion for my first event. I had my first solo gallery in downtown Pomona.
Okay.
Some guys came over and they kind of like took a promotional podcast beforehand with me and the other event holders.
Okay.
It was about an hour long, simple, just a regular talk.
Was it inside the art gallery?
Yeah, they actually brought all their equipment. They brought the lights, they brought the mics and everything.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I know. It was pretty cool.
Full-on production in there, right?
Yeah, it was impressive. I wasn't expecting all that.
You're just expecting just a couple of cameras or
mic, really,
or
yeah.
probably just the one mic and an iPad or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure how all this stuff works.
Well, welcome, dude. Welcome to this little podcast that I do, and I appreciate you coming out here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
No worries. I did want to talk about your gallery out in Pomona, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. Well, I curate a gallery wall in Pomona, in downtown. It's right in the heart of where they have the art walk. A good friend of mine, his name is Sergio. He runs a foundation called Clownski Lounge. What they do is they help kids with disabilities, homelessness, and cancer. They run tons of fundraisers, great events, and he has a beautiful wall that he just let me curate. He told me I could put up my art, feature local artists. At the moment, I got about 20 artists. All who have their art up on the walls. Most of the art is $100 and under, and then we have a couple art walks a month, and the venue itself holds like music artists on the weekend. So we have tons of traffic that come through and take a look at the art and can afford to take it home.
Nice. So when you say curate, what does that entail? What does that mean?
Well, that basically means I put up the art on the wall.
Okay.
I find the artists. I help them fill out an application so they can give me their artwork. They give me the prices that they want to sell it for, and all the information. I put it up on the wall with title cards, make it all look nice, and then make sure the lights are hitting it so it looks good.
Oh, sweet. So you're pretty much like the coordinator between the artist and the space that they're showcasing their stuff, right?
Yes, exactly.
How long have you been doing that for?
It's been almost a year now, I think.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, Clownski, that's what he likes to be.
Clownski, that's right. Okay.
Clownski,
yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, he's been active with me for a while and continuously doing this every month. At this point, we're just kind of rotating the artists out every 2 months so we can get some fresh art in there. But yeah, he's allowed me to curate the wall for a while. And prior to that, the other podcast I did was for another solo show that was just around the corner from that one. That's where I started out doing these shows and getting artists and putting their art up on the wall.
Sweet. And then aside from curating, you have your own art too, don't you?
Yeah, I do my own art, and I feature it in much more than just my gallery. I'm not even sure where I'm at the moment. I have stuff up in the Ontario gallery, in a gallery in San Pedro, a couple different restaurants. They're going to open up a veterans exhibition in Buena Park next month. I just submit and I put my art anywhere that they'll have it.
Nice. And then you're doing pop-ups. I think that's originally how we met. We met out in San Bernardino. There was an arcade out there in the parking lot on Foothill across from the McDonald's. Yeah, the McDonald's property.
I remember that one. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually had a fence up, and which is a dream for me because I can just hang my art up there instead of bringing up my whole setup. But yeah, I normally have a whole big setup. I put my art up. I put lights up anywhere that they have pop-ups, walks, farmers markets, whatever.
Yeah, it was cool because like some of your like art is like it's like 3D looking, right? And then you had these glasses that me and Adam were just walking around looking at all your stuff, and you let us use these like chroma depth, yeah, glasses, and we put them on. Yeah, can you put? Yeah, there we go.
I brought them with me.
And yeah, we were walking around like looking at your art, and it was pretty cool. Like it was a good time.
Yeah, thank you. I discovered those way after I was already painting. I specialize in neon, reactive, and blacklight art.
Okay.
And those glasses, the chroma depth ones, what they do is they make color pop up in a 3D way. It changes the depth. So red comes out in front, blue in the back, and everything in between. and somehow when you put it against fluorescent lights or fluorescent paint, it just pops out like 100% more. It's crazy 3D, and it's nothing I ever even planned. I discovered them when I was already into my art, and they just happen to go well with the type of art that I do.
Yeah, and dude, honestly, when I put the glasses on, I'm like, dude, I looked at Adam. I was like, dude, I'm fucking tripping right now. Like, I'm literally on psychedelics right now, looking at fucking art. But I just have the glasses on, looking at your stuff, and it was a good time.
Yeah,
do you usually have those glasses just laying around at your pop-ups and stuff? Or?
I do.
Yeah. Okay.
I like to bring the black lights. I like to bring the glasses. Okay. Kids love it.
Yeah,
I feel like it attracts people and it gives it a whole
fun
show.
Yeah, it's really good. Like, it's fun. No, and then plus nobody does that. Like, when you shared that with us, I was like, whoa, like, this is something new, something that nobody is doing, and it worked. Like you said, it works well with your art.
Yeah, well, it's spreading too. I'm not the only one that does it now. Okay. I know that the Paris Depot, this guy Greg who runs it, he's actively using those as well. I know another friend of mine, Splatter, he uses those as well, and he does a lot of blacklight art. And Armando Mondizzle, 83 is his name on Instagram. He does a lot of blacklight reactive art. He's a really great friend of mine, and he's starting to put them in his display. I mean, everyone sees the benefit. Pop-ups are fun. I always put up my art up, but it's a crazy thing because lots of times people just walk by and they try not to look at the art. I'm not sure if they feel intimidated or they feel like they just won't want to buy. But the moment they see a crowd and people are wearing the glasses, they get curious. They want to just come by and take a look, and it becomes more of an attraction, more of a fun addition to any event than just a gallery on the side.
Why do you think that? Like, why do you think that people don't look at the art? Is it just, I mean, they don't understand it, or not specifically your art, but just art in general?
I think there's a number of reasons. I myself, I haven't really bought any expensive art, and I could see how it can be intimidating approaching an artist and asking about their work. Lots of times, people will ask me how much a piece is, and I'll tell them it's $400 or $500 because I put lots of time and work into it, and it might be way above their price range, and it just gives a kind of an uncomfortable situation sometimes. Not that I expect them to buy anything, but of course, like once I realize that they don't have the money to buy it, I guess it just makes them feel weird. It could just be intimidation to just talk to somebody, or knowing they're not going to buy, or I'm not really sure what exactly.
Yeah,
I've tried to open it up and maybe put signs that say "looking is free," that they don't have to buy.
Oh yeah,
just look. Really, all I just want is people to follow my Instagram and think of me when they are ready for an art piece, and I'll work with their budget.
Okay. Do you do commissions, or is it just all your art as well?
No, I do commissions.
Yeah,
I absolutely do commissions.
Okay.
Yeah, I love doing them. I love doing pet portraits. Anything that's really personal to somebody.
I've seen some of your pet. Can we pull up? I have his website on there, or we can go to his Instagram. Go to his Instagram better.
Yeah, Instagram's best.
There we go. Yeah, those are some of your stuff, right?
Oh,
there we go. Did you say hi? You put the camera on yourself. Did you say hi?
I wanted to say
She didn't
say
Hello. There we go. Say hi, producer for today. Dude, so you actually, I forgot, what's that guy's name?
Noel G.
Noel G. That's fucking cool. And you did that portrait of him?
Yeah, I got invited to an event in Long Beach a few weeks back, and he just happened to be there along with some Fast and the Furious cars. I didn't know he would be there until I got there that morning. So I thought, I'll live paint something, and I busted that out in a couple of hours.
Oh shit! So you did that actually on site?
Yeah. I started from scratch when I that morning when I was there. Yeah, I've gotten lucky enough to do a couple paintings for celebrities.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Just keep on scrolling. Oh yeah, look at your pet. The pet commissions. Was that a commission as well?
The one in blue is a commission. The one with the brick wall behind it, that's one I did on glass. That was of my dog.
Oh, it's on glass?
It's on glass. That's why it's see-through.
Oh.
I'm doing this new style where no matter what color your walls are, I can paint a pet portrait, leave that back part clear, and then it just goes. It's pretty cool.
How'd you figure that out? That's pretty clever.
I love trials and curiosity. I'm self-taught. What I normally do is I go to thrift stores. I find beautiful frames that I want to repurpose, take them home, and I'll just find a canvas that fits it or try to paint on them and see what I can make. It's more based off of the frames because I love the way a good frame painting looks. And I experiment. I'll paint on glass. I'll paint on woodboard, cardboard. I'll paint with spray, marker, acrylic, really anything I could get my hands on. If it stains color somehow and there's a surface, I'll try it. Like,
So there's really you don't. I mean, like, what's your style? Like, what would you say your style is? It just you in general, or is there a
I've got
genre?
I don't know. I say mixed media because I don't even want to lock myself down.
Yeah.
When I first got in the scene, everybody wanted to know, like, are you a watercolor artist? Do you do oil?
Yeah.
Like, if that really defines who I am or what my stuff is. People say I'm a black light artist.
Okay.
But I don't always paint in black light. Sometimes if I want to do a portrait, I'll just do it with regular colors. I do lots of portraits. I seem to like to do human portraits and pet portraits the most. I love doing pet portraits. I do nudes. I do psychedelic, crazy looking art, whatever I just feel like painting. Really, I'm discovering, what I want to paint and what I want to do as I'm going along.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't even start painting humans until about a year ago. When I first started off, I was just painting everyone's pets.
Really?
That's all I really wanted to do. Like I'm a dancer. That's where I come from. I used to dance salsa and bachata for about 10 years nonstop, and that was my only hobby. Didn't do anything else. And then COVID hit, and then once we were all in quarantine, and I was just bored out of my mind, I just did a pet portrait of my dog. It was me, my sister, and my ex girlfriend at the time, and we just had a little paint in at the house. And I realized, I can kind of paint dogs. And then from there, I just started painting my dogs all over the house and everyone else's dogs. If I liked you, if I knew you, you're gonna get a painting of your dog for your birthday. That's pretty much what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, and I did that for a while, maybe about a year. I started doing more art events and getting active in Pomona, and then eventually I just started testing out, painting humans, and now I'm doing nude portraits, murals, and all kinds of different things that are way above the avenue that I thought I was going to be in when I first started off.
So you first started off with that with the pet portraits during the quarantine?
Yeah.
Really? So you weren't into art before the pandemic?
No.
Really?
Never picked up an art brush.
Dude, you're really good.
No, thank you. Yeah, it came natural to me. I some things I just try, and then when I like them, I obsess.
Okay.
Since I started painting, I've painted hundreds of paintings. I had to have gotten better no matter what, even if I did suck at first. But once I find something, I just do it so much that it just becomes part of me. And right now, art's my thing.
Yeah.
I can't get enough of it. I feel like that's just becoming part of my identity now.
I totally get that. If you're fixated on one thing, you just want to just grind and do it, and that's all you think about. You're. Some people use compulsive in a negative manner. I think compulsive, if you're being compulsive with something that's very positive, just like art or any type of mixed media, then it's good. It's good for you, right?
Yeah, well, it's therapeutic for me. I feel like as active as I am with curating galleries and doing commissions and everything else, I would walk away with it the moment it felt like work and wasn't fun anymore. Yeah, I try to stay away from teaching too much or doing the things that make it feel like a job. But as long as I can, go home and paint what I want to paint whenever I have free time, I'm happy. Things make sense to me.
Gotcha. Okay. When you started doing commissions, did it seem like work? Kind of like there was like that thin line of like, okay, like someone's asking me to do this, and I mean, how did you navigate that?
I'm still trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love commissions. I love, being able to pay for my hobby.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I get really cool things. I think that the people who do like me, want to support me, they'll take a look at my art first and kind of see where my range is and try to kind of fit within that. Or they're kind enough to give me a little bit of freedom. Sometimes I do get commissions that as awesome as they are, I'm not as excited about. Like, somebody wants a portrait of their grandparents and they have a really, really old photo that you can barely tell what it is.
Yeah.
And I got to make out the pieces. But I mean, I've taken those challenges and they've all been rewarding anyway. And in some way or another, that it turned out to be a great thing. And I haven't even had a bad commission yet. I feel like everyone's always been happy with my stuff and I'm always happy with everybody else.
What would you do in the case of like a bad commission? If that's even a thing?
Well, I charge a deposit.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I'm taking the precautions. I charge a deposit, so no matter what goes, I'm still getting enough money for it to be worth my while in the end of it, and that's non-refundable.
Okay.
Yeah, at that point.
Yeah, that's a good way to navigate that, right?
Yeah.
But other than that, so downtown Pomona, you have that wall, right?
Yeah, I curate the wall at
Curate the
Clownsky
wall.
Lounge.
Okay.
I have a 4-foot mural, or it's a
4 foot. Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a 4 square foot panel that's in the middle of downtown. There's a bunch of them. They're all lined up along a fence. If you ever go to downtown Pomona, you'll see a bunch of art from all kinds of people.
Do they have pictures on there that we can
Sure.
search for?
Yeah.
I'd like to get that
My
on there.
Instagram has so much art, you'll have to scroll down for a while. But I've done that one a few times. You'll see the big 4 foot panels. It's for the Alley Gallery that's curated by Gill. He does this event called 31 Flavors, where if you're an artist, you want to just pay for the panel for $30. You can go out and live paint for a day. People will see
Oh,
it.
that's cool.
Yeah, it's up for months. You got to keep scrolling down for a while. I'll tell you when to stop.
Just keep going down.
Yo, there it goes.
There we go.
Yeah, the one with the frame to the right with the butterflies. That's Dancing Jack. I painted him 11
Ooh.
times. Yeah, it's a little skeleton guy. I like to paint. I did that one. And a good friend of mine, Charles, helped me make a custom 4 foot frame for the thing. And I painted butterflies that all represent people that are very important to me during my art journey. People that have let me curate in their gallery. There's a little clown one on the top right. That one represents Clownsky, which is where I have my lounge right now. And then all the other butterflies are different artists that have given me events to work with them on, where I feel like I really developed myself as an artist and grew.
Well, you said your skeleton dude is named what?
Dancing Jack.
Dancing Jack.
Yeah.
I like the blacklight one too. Can you scroll over to that one? Yeah, the one directly at the bottom of that one.
Oh, that one's trippy. That one I did on a glass, on a mirror frame, and I put actual shattered glass on there. I put window tint, and I cut it up so that it looks like glass as well. I splattered on it. I did a pour paint on top. I just went nuts with that one.
Damn, that's really cool.
Yeah, that one just sold in Claremont.
Did it really?
Yeah, 700. It was a great day.
Damn. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, dude, sold. Yeah, I see that. Breakthrough Dancing Jack.
Yeah, that one with those chroma depth glasses blows your mind.
Does it really?
Yeah, no, that one's crazy 3D.
And you said it sold in Claremont at a show or
Yes, it's
a gallery.
It's called the Packing District. They have an event every Friday where they bring in local artists. I'm actually going to go back there for their Monster Mash event. I think it's on the 21st of October. It's the Friday or Saturday. They're going to have a free event. They're going to pass out candy. I'm going to be dressed up as Frankenstein.
Oh,
yeah, but it's good fun. Really cool people. They seem to have a lot of money out there too.
okay. Oh, Claremont.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Claremont's a good spot.
Not a bad spot.
Definitely. Where do you find yourself more of in Pomona, Claremont, this area, or out in San Bernardino? From Pomona to San Bernardino, that's a pretty wide range of
I go wide.
to go.
Yeah, I go a lot wider than that.
And you're from Pomona originally?
I'm from Pomona. I live in Pomona. But I do events in Paris, California, when they have their art walks. I'm invited out there. I do Riverside about once a month. I do the Garcia Center a few times whenever they have different events by different people. I got a good friend of mine who I go and pop up in Venice Beach.
Oh, nice. Okay.
This week I might go to Santa Barbara. Next month I have 2 events in San Diego. I'm actually staying out there for those. It's a breast cancer awareness thing at a salsa club out there. But yeah, I'll travel really wherever I think it might work. I get that with myself. It's exposure. I'd have to go out and get in front of people for them to know who I am. And then once I make that connection, they might think of me when they need art. So it's part of the price I pay.
And you've been pandemic. You picked up a paintbrush, and what was the time frame from picking up that paintbrush, painting, drawing, whatever, and to actually doing galleries and showcasing your work? Because that just blows my mind, dude. Like you have really good stuff. Like I enjoy it. Like I really do. I enjoy your stuff.
Thank you so
Obviously,
much.
other people like your stuff. I mean, you have other artists that you're working with to curate that wall in downtown Pomona. Like, not many people can do that, like within the time frame that you're telling me.
Yeah, well, I think people underestimate themselves.
Okay.
It really is just this obsessive mind that I have that just gets me to do something that I like and then just keep doing it until I get better at it. I'm sure anybody that I know that if they were to just sit down with me and then paint as much as I paint, they'd be badass. They'd learn pretty quickly. I haven't taken a class. I don't watch YouTube videos. It's all just discovery. And I feel like anybody can do that. And if somebody really can't draw or paint because it just isn't their skill. I think all of us have some kind of a creative skill that we have. We just haven't unlocked. I mean, I'm going on 38. This next month is my birthday. I've been painting for like maybe close to 3 years. I mean, who'd have thought this would be what I'd be doing at this age, at this time, with all my life experience and all the skills I built. I didn't discover that I had the skills. And if you would have asked me 5 years ago, like, oh, could you paint? I would have. I mean, I have no desire to. I wouldn't even want to be an artist. It wasn't something I was looking for. Yeah. We all kind of have a lot that we haven't discovered about ourselves. And creatively, I think that the world doesn't really explore what they can do or take advantage of it as much as they can. My sister, who I live with, she's an incredibly creative person. She's actually my go-to person when I want to get an opinion on a painting or see what it's missing. And she was deathly afraid of painting. And I think partially because by the time people were asking her, "Oh, do you paint too?" Like she felt like she might have been like in a shadow from me or had expectancies. And then I didn't push her to paint. And then all of a sudden she just tried a couple paintings on her own and they were beautiful. She didn't think she could do it. I feel like most people have that in them. Most people can do a lot more than they think. They're just too afraid to. Even myself, I paint paintings and I post the end result. But if you saw it in the middle, you would think, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. There's a really ugly phase in that painting where people get stuck at and they just don't do the last couple steps to make it look great. And my paintings look a lot like other people's before the last couple steps, usually.
Yeah, there's a quote somewhere out there that says some people usually they quit when they're maybe 2 steps. Like you do 2 more steps or you keep going at it and their product or whatever they're working on is reaches their goal or their idea of what they want to.
Yeah, you got to trust the process. That's it. You'd be surprised. I do acrylic among other mediums. But I like acrylic because it's one of the most forgiving. I could paint something and make it look horrible, and then all it just takes is a little bit more white, and that part's blank again. Yeah, and I could just keep moving the eye around or do whatever I need to. I could spend hours and hours on the painting. Eventually, it's gonna look good.
Yeah.
I actually don't have too many paintings I've given up on. Some I've even left alone for about a year, came back to it, gave it an hour of work, and it just became so much better than I thought it would in the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And plus too, like like art is just like it's something that I look at that is it can be very subjective and objective at the same time. Like and like when somebody's doing something or they're trying to draw something or paint something out, that it has to look a certain way, and what their idea of it looks good, it doesn't look good is very subjective to themselves. But somebody on the outside looking at their painting, it thinks it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like that's just our human psyche and whatever we do, right?
Yeah, and I see that all the time. This week I sold a couple of paintings that I almost didn't even want to put out because I thought they were horrible.
Really?
Yeah. I have like a little part in the bottom of my setup where like, okay, if I have any crappy paintings, I'll put them down there. No one's gonna look down there.
The space fillers right there, right?
Yeah, just to make the wall look full. But but yeah, the right person will walk by, they'll see it, and it'll resonate with them.
Yeah,
it'll make them feel something. I truly believe that that good art, as subjective as it is, and as many definition as there is for what art is, I just think good art makes you feel something.
There you go.
And that's it. And it's the simple definition for me. It could be something that doesn't make me feel anything, but somebody painted something, it came from their heart and had a bunch of colors on it, and someone's going to come by and relate to it. And then they have to have it.
Yeah.
It's something meaningful, and it's something inside and emotional. And it can move people. I like painting really emotional stuff. I feel like I'm really drawn to eyes and expressions, and I feel like it's a really quick way to make someone relate to that. I feel like when I paint pet portraits, it really strikes people in a personal way. I've made more grown men cry than I would have ever thought.
Really?
Because of art, and I gift them a painting of a pet that passed away, and it hits. And then when they see it, they'll get a feeling. It's not going to be just like, oh, cool, pretty colors. No, it's an emotional experience, and it's incredibly rewarding to get to give as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like music, right? Like if you hear it, like a lyric, or if you hear like a groove from like a bass, and you just feel that, and you're just, whether you're dancing or nodding your head to it, or you're tapping your foot to it, like you're having a visceral reaction to this, to this vibration that is just material and coming from somebody's hands, fingers, toes, mouth, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, someone created something and it changed your emotional state.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, art is fucking cool. And especially music too.
Yeah.
Do you listen, what do you do like when you're painting or you're working on a project? Do you listen to music at all? Like what's your process?
Well, it's not so much that I need to hear something specific. I'll play whatever music I'm into at the time. Sometimes I'll just put a show that I don't really have to physically look at, that I could just kind of still follow along with and just listen to it as I paint. I usually have to have a small distraction on the side because I'm at home. Yeah, I'm just kind of painting, and it feels too quiet if I'm just only doing that. But I normally get in my focus state, and whatever music or whatever's in the background, it'll play its part.
What was the last thing that you worked on that you had something in the background?
Oh, well, I actually am doing Cantinflas.
What is that?
Oh, you don't know who he is?
I know.
He's a very famous comedian in Mexico, an older one. He was like the Charlie Chaplin from like the 60s.
Can we pull that guy up? Cantinflas?
Yeah, Cantinflas.
Cantinflas. Gotcha. I barely understood what a pocho was.
Yeah, there he is, Mexican comedian.
The other day, so
Pocho?
I guess I'm a pocho.
Oh, yeah.
By definition. There we go. There he is.
Yeah,
Cantinflas. Okay.
Yeah, I found a picture of him dancing with a girl, and just looked kind of funny. And I've been doing a lot of dance paintings lately. And I'll put that on. And I was curious as to where that photo came from, so I looked it up. It's a movie called Pepe from 1960, and I just had it playing in the background while I was painting. It gave me a bit of inspiration. The guy's funny.
Mario Fortino Alfonso Moreno Reyes. That's a mouthful of names. Known by the stage name Cantinflas, was a Mexican comedian, actor, and filmmaker. He is considered to have been the most widely accomplished Mexican comedian and is celebrated throughout Latin America and in Spain as a popular icon. Okay, so you would say he was like the Charlie Chaplin of the industry in Mexico.
Yeah, not so much the silent films, but it was black and white. He had really like slapstick type humor, and he was widely famous for what he did.
Pull him up on YouTube. Let's see if there's any videos on YouTube of this guy. There we go.
Oh, I guess they made
they made a movie out of him?
In 2014, I guess.
What?
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, that's just the film though. Oh, there we go. What's my line? Let's go to that first video. This is the trailer about him.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even know his name was Mario until today.
There you go. Look at you share a common thing with him.
Yeah. See, there's one from the 1960s.
Yeah. Go up to the toolbar. You see where this says the sound up there? Hold on, I'm gonna go get the audio.
Now let's all play What's On Line. And now let's meet our award-winning panel of What's My Line. First, the delightful star of stage and television, Miss Arlene Francis.
And now that marvelously talented comedian who is back with us tonight by popular demand, something he is always having, Mr. Joey Bishop.
It's my pleasure to introduce a young lady whose voice of Broadway is sometimes heard around the world, Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
So that's him then?
No, none of them are him yet. Yeah.
No?
I mean, maybe this is like a game show that he comes out in later.
Probably.
Random house, and with apologies, Joey,
52 weeks of the year, the funniest man in the dressing room, Senator.
None of him yet.
No, they're bringing on a bunch of random people.
Oh, and Pepe, right? The 1960. So okay, so the 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth video where it says, yeah, that one.
Yeah, he has a really funny dance style, and I've seen it in a bunch of videos. And I saw a photo where he was dancing with a girl, and it came from this movie. So I was like, oh, cool.
Do you know what the photo is called?
What the what?
What that picture is called? Do you know if there's a picture or is it just something you found?
I looked up Cantinflas dancing. Yeah, he's famous for his dance style, man. I found the photo, and from there I tried to research where that photo came from.
But that's him right there, right?
Yeah, that's
Oh, sweet. Let's see if we can find the that dancing picture. There we go. And it was Cantinflas dancing.
Dancing, yeah.
Images, there we go. Any of them?
Scroll down.
Black and white stuff.
Yeah, he did mostly black and white film. I didn't even see the one I was working on.
No?
Oh, yeah, it's right there to the left, second one down.
Oh, that's cool.
I'll be painting,
Oh, that's really cool.
I'll be painting that one next.
That's pretty cool, man. You're going to do that one. Is that going to be color, black and white?
Not sure yet.
You don't want to share it?
No, I really don't know.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Lots of times it really is just a discover process. I already kind of got the black and white down sketch. And then from there, like I'll just paint it. And after a while, I'll be like, oh, maybe I can throw on some color here or change up a certain part.
Okay.
Yeah. I really don't always plan them out. I just start and then the art will do its thing sometimes.
So that's the art piece that you're currently doing.
Yes, I'm working on that one right now.
Gotcha. How long does it usually take for something like that?
Depends on the size.
Yeah.
I've had
How big is that one that you're doing?
that one's going to be I think an 16 by 20, I believe.
Oh shit, it's pretty large then.
Yeah, I've been trying to do bigger ones.
Yeah?
People seem to like them.
Yeah, that one's gonna be cool.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
When do you think that's gonna be done?
Probably within a week.
Within a week?
Yeah. I'm juggling that one. I got 3 other commissions that I'm doing for some
damn.
friends. Yeah, and I normally just like work on one, let it dry, work on another one, let it dry when I'm at home. I've finished all the pop-ups I was doing yesterday up until this coming Thursday, so it gives me like 3 or 4 days of just being at home and getting to paint and catch up on the things I have there.
Damn, dude. And the paintings, do you do other type of artwork, digital art, anything like that?
Not yet. I bought an iPad. I need to start learning how to do digital artwork. I feel like it sounds like a no-brainer. If I could do a painting without having to clean my brush or change the color in a couple seconds, it seems like a dream. But no, for now I've just been kind of stuck with what I'm already comfortable with, which is just the acrylic and actual paint.
Gotcha. So no future plans in NFTs or anything like that?
No, especially not in NFTs. I feel like that's just way above what I know how to do.
Yeah?
Yeah, I get that all the time. Everyone's like, "Oh, you should do NFTs." It's like, no, I'm not computer savvy. I can't just brush this onto the
Right.
Yeah, onto the screen and I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, I'm still I still don't get it. Like I even had a guy on the podcast that's been working on his own NFTs, and we did like a whole hour and a half discussion, and I'm still confused.
Yeah.
Sorry, Eddie, I'm still confused, man, about NFTs. I don't get it. Like I don't like we looked up the definition of what an NFT is, and I still don't get it. Like, is it
fungible token?
Yeah.
It's confusing as heck. I mean, I don't really completely get it, but I guess it's a way to own the actual image in a way that can't be shared as easily or something. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, that's as far as I would know on that one. Even when we were at that pop-up in San B, some guy, some of the one of the pop up guys that had his own like thing, and he's like, yeah, I just got NFTs, and I felt like he was like going to like everybody's table and asking them if they did NFTs.
Yeah.
But I know Adam's a very good digital artist, and if he got into something like that, I don't know, like I very very good stuff that he has.
Yeah, I mean, for those who can figure it out, that sounds like something that's going to make money.
Yeah,
And I don't knock it for anybody, but it's really far from what I know.
Mm-hmm.
It's so crazy that people can look at you painting something with your hands and be like, oh, you should definitely get into digital programs and do the same thing. It's not the same thing.
No,
not at all.
absolutely. No, I get that. It's not.
No.
I don't. Maybe to some people that are computer savvy, like where's the line between like your painting, your watercolor paint, artist, and then going into NFTs. Like I don't see the jump in there, right?
No, it's not an easy transition at all.
Would you say like, okay, so say you have a painting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And somebody would want to turn that into NFT. Would you opposed to do that, or
no, not at all. I'm always open to working with anybody on anything new.
Okay.
Even now, the city of Norwalk has honored me with my own solo show this coming January. There where they have the rec center and all their Norwalk stuff, they have a pretty nice gallery, really roomy walls. They're going to allow me to put up everything that I want for the month of January. And I'm kind of putting an open call out there for any artists that have ever wanted to collaborate with me.
Nice.
Just
okay.
work with, yeah. And it could be something simple where they could just work on an idea on their own and pass over to me when I see them in an event. I can just take it over for a week and paint on it and pass it back until we feel like we completed something. Anything I put up there after the gallery gets their cut, I split 50-50 with the artist, and it'll allow me to learn and learn some new stuff with other artists.
How often do you do collaborations? What does an artist collaboration look like?
Well, I guess a successful one would show my strengths and the strengths of the artist that I'm working with. I had one that I worked on where a buddy of mine his name is Acidia. I'm doing a live paint class with him on the 20th at the Ontario Museum. If anybody wants to go, they got to register right now because there's like 34 spots. I think they're all halfway taken. But my friend Acidia, he's a big fan of Sublime. He wanted to do a really big painting, so I just kind of sketched out what he would look like, and I let him have at it for a while at my house when we were having a paint session. And we liked it so much that we were like, oh, let's see if we can get more artists in there. From there, we got this guy, his name is Caesar from Unsound Sunday, really big band, to take it for a couple of weeks and just paint on it with his Picasso-esque type style. I gave it to my friend Armando Mondizzle, who has a splash style, and we just put a bunch of weird things on this. It doesn't even really look like what it started off with. Yeah, and then we actually got to raffle it off at an event, and it was fun. It was successful. It didn't look like anything I could have ever created on my own.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I've had about maybe 7-8 collabs with friends. I'm always open to it. We just sit down. We'll think of a concept or an idea together. We'll see what the best way is to work in it, where we could switch it off, or if we're both in the same place, we'll just both go at it, and then we'll see what comes out after. Normally, halfway through the process, we're like, "Oh, it'd be cool if we can add this or maybe we can do that too," and it'll just
So there's really no like end plan, goal, or place to go. It's just
let's create and let's have fun with it and see what happens.
Off the cuff, have fun, right?
Yeah,
that's sweet, dude. I don't know if I asked you this, but do you do any other stuff of media? Like, is it just painting? Do you draw? I mean, sorry, not draw. Play any instruments or anything like that?
No, I've never really gotten into music.
No? What were you doing before painting?
Dancing.
Like
I said, I was a dancer, and I feel like that was my hobby. I've been doing bachata mostly and some salsa for about 10, 12 years. And
bachata, what is that?
It's like a more urban, sensual style of salsa, I guess.
Can we look that up? I gotta see this. I gotta get a visual of bachata and
Bachata dancing. Yeah, actually,
Bachata dancing.
on the 7th next month, I'm doing this event. They're gonna have a really big bachata event in LA, and they're gonna let me live paint on stage and.
Oh,
And
that's
it's
cool,
real,
man.
Yeah, yeah. If you follow my Instagram, I put up all the events I'm doing. And I do a lot of random ones. You wouldn't think, oh, they're gonna have an art person there, but they have me.
Is it booby?
No, I'm sorry. It's BACHATA dancing. There you go.
There it is. Okay. Go to videos. I want to see this in action. Ah, that one's fine. Yeah. Okay. This is the 10 most viewed dances on this channel or that channel. So you said 10 years?
Yeah, I mean, that took over my life mostly. I was going out dancing once or twice a week religiously, and aside from that, it was just work. Like that was my full hobby, and it took up all my time. Once the pandemic happened and I was stuck at home, I really didn't know what to do with myself. I feel like I needed an outlet or a hobby, and that's where art took over.
And where did you learn this?
There's tons of places to learn in LA.
Yeah?
We're like in the best spot for it. There's places within an hour's drive of anywhere in LA, San Diego, where you can go and take a class and then dance all night every day of the week.
So you took a class?
I used to take classes. The way they work is you show up to these places, you pay $10, and they'll have an instructor. You take a class, you rotate with all the beginners, and then from there you just stay at and practice after until you kind of start getting it.
So what do you consider? Intermediate? Expert?
I think I'm pretty expert by now.
Yeah?
It's been 10 years, yeah.
Not to toot your own horn or anything, but you got to toot it once in a while.
Yeah, well, I feel like I can dance with the best of them, and I feel like if I were modest, it would just be confusing. I do dance pretty well there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, dude. I've never met anybody that did this type of dancing.
No, well, they're out there.
Yeah?
I just went to a festival last night that had dancing till 6 a.m. in the morning. They have hundreds of people. that show.
What?
Yeah, they do them once a month now, but they're nuts. Like they rent out these big hotels like the Marriott where they have all those conference rooms. They fly out dancers from Spain and Europe and Mexico and all over the world. They teach workshops for an hour from like 8 a.m. all the way to noon. They have pool parties and they teach again from like 3 o'clock to 7. Then they have performances till 9 and then dancing until 6 for 3 nights in a row. Yeah, you'll pay like $200 for the package and then you get a hotel room in there and you just have a whole weekend of fun. They pop up like once a month now. It's becoming a big thing with salsa and bachata. There's really cool places to go to.
Have you done any of those events?
As far as like
my
art?
Yeah, no, not your art, but like the dancing events. Have you participated in one of those?
I was just at one last night.
Really?
I fell asleep at 6 a.m.
No fucking way, dude.
Yeah. I'll do pop-up events and do my art and pack up my stuff and I'll just go find some place to dance. Yeah.
That's fucking cool, dude.
Yeah. I'm hoping to start showing my art at these events. I feel like I've already gotten an in with these salsa and bachata events. Lots of them have hosted me and had me show my art there. But these festivals, they house like thousands of guests. Yeah, that'd be a really, really big audience.
Damn.
Yeah, and I do a lot of dance style paintings too, so I feel like that would be a really great audience for me.
Yeah.
I painted a lot of bachata dance instructors and dancers as well, all over my page.
Like while they're dancing, or is it just something that you just get an image off the top of your head and start doing?
I'll find an image on their page,
Okay.
ask them for permission to paint it. Sometimes they commission me, and then I'll paint whatever painting they prefer. Yeah, in my page, there's one that I did recently where it's a guy who's wearing a mariachi outfit. That guy's a really big instructor in LA. His name is Alejandro. He has a team called Paso de Oro.
Can we look that one up on his IG? Yeah, that one. That's so cool, dude. Is it further down or
Go up.
go up?
Yeah, he's got a really big hat right there. He's actually a stripper too.
Is he really?
Yeah, the guy's crazy. Cut.
What?
Yeah, really cool guy. Great character.
Wow, that's cool. And that's his handle up there.
Yeah, I tagged him in there.
It's Alejandro.
Yeah, Alejandro Ray.
Can we go to his page? It's right there. The handle.
Right under where it says sold.
on the post. There we go. Oh yeah, he's like super fucking cut, dude.
Crazy cut, yeah.
Damn. Stripper, dancer, and so he did. So that was the commission that you did for him? Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was actually I was at a festival though, like the ones that I was telling you about. It was about like maybe 2 a.m. He was good and drunk, and then he found me in the restroom. He was like, "Dude, like I'm ready for a painting. Like, how much do you charge?" I was like, "Well, my deposit's $100, and we could figure out the price later." And he just paid me right then and there.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, he found me the next morning and asked me how much we agreed to pay on because he was too drunk to remember what he actually purchased the night before.
But he remembered.
Yeah, and he paid the deposit, which is non-refundable. So, so he got a good commission, and he's super happy with it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you find yourself in these opportunities?
I talk to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in this dancing for years, and these are all my friends. Once they discover that I paint, I'll ask them, where can I put something in your home? This guy specifically, he took me aside one time. He's like, "Hey, how can I support you?" And it was just, I've never been asked that question that way before. And I thought, oh my God, I really want to paint something for this guy. And then a couple months later, like he found me in the restroom at an event, and then we locked the deal down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do pop-ups, and I'll always tell people I do commission work. If you ever want to give a gift for somebody, nothing works like personal painted art. Through my Instagram, people will see it, and eventually they'll think, "Oh, I have a Secret Santa coming up. I have a birthday coming up. This person's dog passed away. I know Mario," and then that's where they'll approach me and they'll ask me.
Yeah, there's always something going on in somebody's life.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I put myself in front of them, show them that I do art, and become the person who pops up in their mind when it comes up, they'll give me the opportunity, and I'll get to put another art piece in somebody else's home.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool, dude. Like not many people can say that, my art or something that I've done personally is hanging up in somebody's home.
Yeah.
Somebody's home.
I was about a year and a half in when someone asked me like, "Hey, how many homes do you think you're in?" And that question just blew my mind.
That's crazy. That's cool.
Yeah, to think that I'm in someone's house and I don't even know. And at this point, I've got art in Europe.
What?
Yeah, one of my models, she's from Copenhagen.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so
Denmark.
Yeah. So I've sent art out there. That's the farthest I've gone. But I've had people who take it to Mexico, Chicago. I just shipped a dog portrait out there, and wherever anybody will take it, I'll send it.
Damn, dude. So you said, did you give a number on how many homes?
No, I don't even want to wrap my mind around how
3,000 homes Mario's in, right?
I probably got like under 400 paintings under my belt, and I don't know how many I
400?
I on my Instagram alone, I'm already at the mid 300s, and I don't post everything I paint because it's a lot. Sometimes I'll put like 10 in one post because I just go hard one week, and I don't think they're all amazing, so I'll just put them there. But I've painted somewhere close to, I think, 400 by now that I've posted, and I don't have a lot of them, so they're somewhere.
So dancing, painting. Is there any other thing that you think that you would get into to be compulsive about?
All right. Well, I hope my parents don't watch this, but yeah, weed.
Oh,
I love marijuana. Yeah, I'm a big stoner. When I first started painting, and I wasn't really all that great.
yeah.
I was still I've always been really passionate about weed. And I would throw these really fun 420 parties at my house.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah, and I would go all out. Like I have a smoker in the back, and I can cook. I can really cook. So I'd make these really big tri-tips or like really big awesome meals for when you're stoned. I have friends who are fire spinners, and I have a big backyard, so they'd come out and they'd put a show. I used to work at Verizon Wireless, and they hooked me up with all kinds of speakers. So I had the system playing everywhere. My dad helped me build a stage in the backyard where we had dancing. It was an extravagant party. And the funnest part of it was that I would go to thrift stores, and I would find art, and I would do what's called upcycling the art. It'll have like a picture of a forest, and I'll just kind of like draw a little stoner in the middle of it smoking or whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
I'll add on to the painting. I won't paint over it completely. It won't take that much work on my end, and now you have a beautiful painting that looks like fine art, but now it's got a little potted in there or something that makes it marijuana themed. I'd fill up my wall, and then when people showed up, we would play smoking games, and the winner would take home a painting. So I gave a lot of really small, easy to do paintings at these parties every year for the last couple of years. And that's really how I kind of started off, just kind of giving the paintings away and doing something small that I could practice on.
Okay.
Yeah, but weed is a really big part of my life too.
When was the first time you got high? What did it feel like?
It wasn't great the first time.
Did you know you were high?
Huh?
You knew you were high?
Oh yeah, I did it intentionally. Yeah. I was in the Army, and I was super straight edge most of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I even used to break dance for DARE, drug alcohol resistance education.
Okay.
I used to break dance too. That's another thing. I would go to pep rallies and I would convince people not to do drugs with my dancing. And then and I joined the Army and I was even more straight edge and thought, oh no, that's just like a hard drug. You need to do it. When I got into the salsa bachata dancing, I met some really cool people that were more open-minded than I was and smarter than I was and explained to me how that's even less harmful than alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to give it a try and blew my mind.
Really?
Yeah, I went to a Super Bowl one time. They had a ton of food. I didn't know food could taste the way it tasted on weed. And then it just became something I do all the time now. Yeah, I'm always stoned and painting, and I feel like it helps influence it too.
Yeah. Yeah, your painting seems like it's have you done any cannabis inspired art like recently on your Instagram?
Yeah. I just did a Marilyn Monroe where like if you put the light on it, you see like she's a little hidden.
Oh, dude, yeah, I think I've seen one of those at the pop-up that I was at.
Yeah, I'll do a little hidden
like hidden like little stuff in there. Yeah, I remember that, dude.
Yeah, I did a self-portrait of my eye, and it looks just like my eye, wide open. But once you hit it with the black light, the red lines pop out, and it says "I'm high" in the middle.
Oh,
of
that's fucking cool.
Yeah, I like doing hidden stuff you cannot see until you hit it with the black light.
That is fucking cool.
Yeah, but I do a lot of cannabis-inspired art too.
Yeah.
I feel like it's my cannabis-inspired art and my nudes that I kind of make, and I just know that this is more for fun because they won't let me hang it in half of the places that I get to go to.
Really?
Yeah, lots of places I go to are family-friendly, so it's like, oh crap, I can't bring the nudes, I can't bring the weed stuff.
But we need something. We need a place to where you can hang up nudes and where you can hang up, cannabis-inspired art.
Yeah, well, maybe that's where we're gonna get someone to help me out here. If anybody's listening and you know a place where I can put my nudes and my weed artwork, let me know. You know a dispensary that has clear walls or a strip club that just needs more beautiful art on the wall? Like, let me know. Like, I'll put it up wherever anybody will put it. If I can just put up an art piece in every business and just put my card under it so people know I'm there, I'll put anything anywhere.
There's got to be some place. There's got to be somebody out there listening or that watches this on YouTube that knows of a place or knows of a gallery.
I hope so. I walk into buildings and then if I see that they have bare walls or even they have a couple art pieces, I'll ask them like, hey, can I display art here? Would it work? And I found lots of places to display it, but it's just a nude artwork that won't. I go into bars and they still won't have it even though it's 21 and over because they still have families during the day. It's tough.
Is it?
Yeah, and I love painting nudes. And the weed stuff. I feel like it's fun for me. I feel like I love showing those off, and I have to kind of censor myself and put those in a different pile now.
Gotcha. Yeah, there's got to be somewhere. But we got to help out Mario to get those because I want to see them. That just to go into a place like a dispensary or any a 420 friendly place and to see cannabis art. Like I mean that's.
Yeah.
There's got to be some place.
No, and I'd love to. And I love to have more opportunities to make more of it if there was more of a demand. I feel like I'd be afraid to put it up in dispensaries because they come and go so quickly. Yeah, I don't feel like those are businesses that always stay. And I could imagine me driving by and it just be an abandoned building.
Or maybe in their lobby.
Maybe, but I don't think they stay that long. Even fancy dispensaries, I don't see some that stick around for years before they had to pop-up shop somewhere else.
Yeah. Okay.
And I don't always keep
That's
track
fair.
of where my stuff is, so I don't want my stuff to just go missing.
Mm-hmm.
I try to find established businesses that have been there for a while, and I know they're not going to go anywhere, and I'm always going to visit them.
What would be the ideal place to put up a cannabis art?
Well, it would be a dispensary if I just knew that they were around for a while, or if it was owned by like a big company that I just know that they're not going to do things with the wrong regulations and get shut down by the cops.
Oh, okay, yeah. There's a lot of fancy ones too.
Yeah,
like really fancy ones, like some out in Long Beach in LA that are. It's like, damn, like, am I in an Apple store or am I in a dispensary?
Yeah. I did a weed contest at a dispensary. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was in Moreno Valley. It was a nice one too. They always hold events, but I got second place for painting there. But they don't usually put stuff on their walls too much. I didn't get to keep anything permanently there. But yeah, there are some dispensaries out there that have art. I guess I find one that'll let me put my stuff up there and keep it up there for a while. See if I can get some business from it.
How was it? Being a fan of cannabis now, how was it growing up during the war on drugs. How was that? How was that affected by your not smoking pot until like you were older, right?
Yeah, I had blinders on when I was
Yeah.
younger. I feel like up until I started smoking, like I didn't even see the people around me that were smoking. weed.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, and I was really judgmental too, so nobody really wanted me to know that they smoked. I feel like I had people who are super close to me now that I realized,
Yeah.
oh, they weren't hanging out with me back then because they went over to the side to smoke weed and they didn't want me to be there. They
Yeah.
didn't want me to be there, but yeah. Yeah, but
Yeah, have you seen that? Have you seen that movie, Reefer Madness? Have you watched it?
no, I have not.
No, can you pull that up on YouTube? Reefer Madness, dude. I think it was a film in. She's gonna pull it up right now, but 1950s, 19 REEFERS, Reefer Madness. And if you get the chance to watch this movie, please watch this movie while on cannabis because it's
Oh wow, they restored it in color.
ooh
1936.
36.
Wow.
I was way off. What did I say? 50 something?
I didn't even think they had movies back then.
Yeah. Oh, this is the start of it. See if we can find the trailer.
Is it like a scared straight kind of a movie? or-
Yeah. 19, yeah, it's really good, dude. Oh my god. There we go. Original trailer. Perfect.
Innocently they dance. Innocent of the new and deadly menace lurking behind closed doors. Marijuana, the burning
Oh,
weed
wow.
with its roots in hell.
Look at that sketch guy.
You will see the ease with which this vicious plant can be grown in your neighbor's yard, rolled into harmless-looking cigarettes, hidden in an innocent shoe or watch case. If you want a good smoke, try one of these. You will meet Bill, who wants to pride in his strong will as he takes the first step toward enslavement.
It's not turning me off to weed yet. I feel like so far, it's pretty good. All sounds good. The guy got the girl and everything. Yeah.
Smoking the soul-destroying reefer, they find a moment's pleasure, but at a terrible price. Debauchery, violence, murder.
Why is it always the window? It's always somebody jumping out of the window.
It's just so much more dramatic.
There's the attic.
Oh, yeah. It's got that fentanyl weed.
Yeah. But she's pretty badass at the piano.
I know, she's killing it. She's inspired artistically.
Till now. Before it is too late.
Oh, no. Wow.
Reefer Madness, you gotta watch it.
Looks really good.
It's fucking funny, dude. It's like, oh, it's great. It's a good film to watch,
All right.
especially when you're stoned.
Yeah. I'll keep that in mind.
It's I always reference back to that because it's just so silly now. But I mean that was the climate back in the early 40s and 50s and even 60s, dude. It just blows my mind like how futuristic like that we're living in. Just walking into a dispensary and buying weed. At like a fucking place that looks like an Apple store.
Yeah. In the super clean, concentrated form that we would have never thought, that has no smell. And yeah, it's amazing what there is now.
What do you do dabs or out at all, or is it just basically just flour?
I do dabs most of the
Yeah?
time, actually. Yeah.
Most of the time?
Most of the time, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like at home, I have my dab rig right there. I got my torch and I got my waxes, and then I just got my art stuff, and I just sit down and do my thing for a while.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You actually just strike. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. You just strike me as like a flower person.
A what?
Like flower, just regular, just weed. No concentrated stuff, anything like that. Just
Oh no.
Straight.
I have a
joints or something.
crazy high tolerance for.
Do you
a lot-
really?
Yeah. I think it's my last name. It's a Solorzano curse. My dad. My dad could drink like a sailor, and then he could eat chilies that you would think you'd die in. Like whatever it was he tried, like it feel like there was never something that was like too much for him. I myself, I don't like a lot more than weed. I kind of dabble with psychedelics. I think they're awesome, but I just do them occasionally. I don't like alcohol.
Okay.
I try to acquire the taste. I like the feeling of it when I'm buzzed, but it just takes so much.
Oh, for you?
Yeah, I got to measure out like 7 shots of liquor and just try to take him and chase him real quick before I throw up because I can never stand the taste.
Really?
Just to get the buzz started.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've always been that way. I'm a big guy. I feel like I've always had a high tolerance, and then when it came to weed, like I took dabs, and in a couple of dabs, I'm good.
Really?
Yeah.
So even like with alcohol, you have to really put it down.
I got to plan ahead. I got
You got to have a plan when you go out and you're drinking with this guy.
I got to measure out my shots. I got to get a good chaser that takes the taste away, and I got to just drink it when nobody's looking because I make the faces and it just doesn't look cool.
So you said psychedelics. What psychedelics have you tried?
I've tried shrooms.
Okay.
DMT. Not sure if this is all legal to say over the. I did a painting on acid.
Can we Google it?
Of my dog with a bunch of crazy stuff.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah. One of the first blacklight paintings I did was on acid. I had a friend of mine come over, and I set up all the art, and I made it so that it was all ready to go. And he was kind of like my trip sitter.
Mm-hmm.
I tried acid. It was one of the first times I'd ever tried it. And then from there, I just like colors were wild. I started going nuts and just putting as much colors as I could into like an already pre-sketched painting of my dog, and it's one of the craziest paintings I had back then. Like I've been trying to duplicate that style for a while.
Damn, dude. So sometimes I can't even like bring out a sentence when I'm high on acid, and to actually paint something that actually looks really good, then that's pretty challenging.
It didn't look great at first. And I was using my fingers and scraping the thing. My
oh, really? Yeah. You were getting on to it, huh?
I made a mess, and I had to walk away and be like, hey, clean this up. I'm too high. And then I come back, and I'll go back on it. Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't perfect at first, but it was fun. And it really did open my eyes to the way colors could go, and change the style, change my style up a little bit too.
Yeah, that's very, I don't know, like I kind of want to try that now. Like I want to do, mushrooms or something and then draw, or actually I did plan on doing that, but it never came. I think I was just way too high to actually start something.
The secret is to prep it so that it's just, you already have
accessible.
Paint. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can't start mixing paints or preparing anything when you're on it. It has to be there ready. If you have a painting that's already sketched out and you're already like halfway through it, so you kind of have a direction when you start doing it, then that's best. If I had to start all over and set everything up and get ready to paint when I'm on anything, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. What's your experience on DMT?
That was nuts. I feel like that's been the elite to everything else.
Absolutely. It's like probably like one of it. What do they call it? The spirit molecule?
Yeah.
Dimethyltryptamine?
Yeah. I mean, that was wild. I mean, time, reality, it just kind of becomes a blur. Yeah, and once you're out of it, you're like, oh, I'm back. Like, but it's a really wild trip. It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Yeah, I mean, really, it's not even that describable. I wouldn't even know how to do it. It's just nuts.
Undescribable.
Yeah. I mean, like, just think of acid and mushrooms and put them together and throw some more psychedelic feelings in there. That's DMT, really.
That's fucking crazy. I've never done it personally.
No.
No, but I do hear a lot of stories on the podcast, on off air or whatever. But it seems like it's a really good experience.
Yeah, it's
very
good.
Positive experience too.
Yeah, it can be. And with psychedelics, it can go either way. But when I did it, I did it with a group of friends who just knew how to do it. We all went to a room and we all did what's called the gratitude circle, where we all talk about something we're grateful for.
Oh, that's good.
We exchanged hugs. And I feel like we were all just in a very positive, loving environment before we even got in there. And each of us just tried it one by one. We each let each other have our space and we're around to support. And it was a great trip. I could imagine having tried it in a rave in a different setting, and it would have been terrifying and scary. But no, I was in a very safe zone. Whenever I do try anything new, I'm around responsible people. It's more of the adult way of doing drugs.
Yeah.
And it usually feels pretty safe.
Yeah, that seems like you did it in a very intention, like with positive intention,
Yeah, a controlled space.
rather than just taking some DMT and going to a concert or something.
Yeah, no, I can never risk that.
Yeah. Neither have I. Like, I have a couple of friends that ask me, like, oh, what are your experiences? And like, mainly, you just do it at home or doing it in like a controlled space. I mean, being responsible, but also going in with some positive intentions.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, I mean, you're going into something that's beyond your realm right now, and no one could really describe how it feels like to get high in these crazy situations, and you don't know what to expect. It could be very scary. The most you can do is just prep and try to make it a good experience, and it's possible to do that.
So, what's your thoughts on legalizing certain psychedelics?
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the repercussions are of letting people have the freedom that they should have, but I mean, I don't think it'll change the amount of way I use it. I feel like illegal or not, I still do whatever I want.
Right. I think it's something that took like 8 years, like when cannabis became decriminalized. I think it took like 8 years, I believe, for it to become decriminalized. 8 years, and then it became legal recreationally.
Yeah, and they just now made it so your job can't fire you for.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, it was a couple days ago.
Really?
Yeah, they're still making leaps in that whole process.
Can we look that up? I want to see what that like is specifically called. Like, what will we look up? Like,
put weed now legal in California and see what pops up from there. I'm sure it'll fill it.
oh, so legal. Oh, look at it. It's legal in Thailand now. So they made it where
where like your job cannot fire you if they drug test you and you have it in your system because you smoke at home. As long as you're not smoking at the job, you're allowed to.
What is that?
It's a more recent article because I know it just came out a few days ago.
Cannabis laws.
I wouldn't know the wording to find it though.
Department of Cannabis Control. Put like weed now legal in California.
Put job or work in there somewhere.
Yeah.
In the sense it'll pop up.
Yeah, some companies are still out there testing for THC.
There's a lot of money in those drug tests.
Yeah, there is. Okay, recreational use of marijuana has been legal in California since 2016.
The article below that, California passes bill protecting employers off.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, September 6th.
Oh, yeah, that's... there we go. Scroll down, California Republic. The bill passed the Senate on August 29th. A day later, passed a concurrent vote in Assembly, sending it to the California Gavin Newsom for approval. The governor has until September 30th to sign or veto bills. If approved, the bill would take effect on January 1st. Oh, next year.
All right.
Oh, AB 2188 will still allow employers to restrict marijuana use on the job. The bill will not allow employees to possess, be impaired by, or use cannabis. You want to scroll up? Cannabis on the job. Well, yeah, of course not. Yeah, so basically, yeah, they should, and it should be treated like alcohol.
Yeah, of course.
Right? The bill also states that nothing contained in it affects the rights or obligations of an employer to maintain a drug and alcohol-free workplace, or any other rights or obligations of an employer specified by federal law or regulation. Wow. Okay. I wonder what, like, after this, like, what's the next step for cannabis and what's going on, you know?
Who knows? Maybe it'll be more prescribed by doctors for medicinal use in a more practical way than the other drugs.
Yeah, that's true. That'll be a long time.
Yeah, but I guess that'd be the next step.
Right? Yeah, other than going to one of those green doctors and
Getting
yeah.
the wreck. Yeah.
They don't even, well, you don't even have to do that anymore unless if you're
18, I think.
younger than 18,
Yeah.
right? Or 18 and
I think it's from 18 to 21 you have to do that. I think it's 21 and over that you can do it without having to get a wreck.
I remember those. I remember going, I think I've gotten 2 in my lifetime. I remember going to one and it was just super fucking shady. It was just weird. It was just like a kind of like a weird office. I'd go and talk to, sign my name, fill out the
Yeah.
little application. Then you go see the doctor for or what seems to be a doctor.
Yeah, and then he gives you hints like, "Oh, you have glaucoma."
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, yeah. How'd you know? You're good. You're good.
You're very good. This is why you do this. Or you have like, what kind of work you do? Oh, I'm in a warehouse. Oh, and you have constant back pain, right? I'm like, oh yeah, sure. Yeah, it hurts. Yeah, go ahead, put that on there. Glaucoma, whatever. I got it. It's all good. But yeah, it was just weird. Like just growing up and seeing places like that, I felt like I was in the future. Like this is Futurama right now.
Yeah.
This is what's happening.
No, definitely. I have seen the ones that look like Apple stores. It's crazy. They have screens all over the place. They measure the amount of THC and every other acronym inside the marijuana. Yeah, they're very thorough.
Well, I mean, growing up in like the drug war, like how is it to you? Like seeing this, like when I see it, like okay, like when I was growing up, like marijuana was like the thing, and barely coming up. Like they legalized in 2008, like recreational use, and I was like in my early 2008. That was like I was 16, 17, and like that was just crazy. But I mean, growing up in the drug war, like seeing that now, like what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure because I mean I wasn't for weed back then, and I guess I didn't really follow the drug war so much to see if how are these guys getting punished. I just knew that that's drugs, they're bad. I'm just not going to be involved in it.
Gotcha.
I never
Okay.
really followed the laws or anything else until I tried it, and then by the time I tried it, I was already in that limbo where things were just becoming legalized, were just becoming widely used, and everybody was normal about it.
How long were you in the military for?
8 years.
8? Oh wow.
I joined a month after my birthday. A few days after my birthday, a month after 9/11. I actually I went to take my
Really?
Yeah, I took my ASVAB test to see where I would place in the Army, just to see if I'd have options for college. The day after 9/11, my recruiter came over. She was crying. I feel like at that point I was just gung ho and felt like I wanted to do something to help out. So I aced my ASVAB test, and a month later I was already swearing in. I got into the National Guard, which they were the youngest ones, or they were the ones that would take me at the youngest. I had to turn 17 first. I finished my junior year of high school, went to boot camp, and then came back, finished my senior year of high school, then went to my job training for 6 years. For 6 months, and then continued doing a 1 week in a month, 2 weeks a year, and little missions here and there for the remainder of my 8 years.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Thank you for your
No, well, I didn't do
your
much.
time in there.
Thank you. I tried, man.
What was the craziest thing you seen out in the National Guard? First of all, what does the National Guard do?
They're like the firefighters of the Army, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, they'll still send us into war and put us in the front lines, but for the most part, we're kind of like there for natural disasters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're the ones that they'll send in if there's a fire or there's a riot that needs to be contained or something. That's more the National Guard. They're more meant to be in their base and kind of be on standby. I got lucky enough never to actually see wartime, so I didn't see anything too crazy.
And what years was this? This was like 2001?
Yeah, you nailed
Okay.
it. Yeah, 1 to 2009.
Okay.
Yeah. Turns out I can't stand holding guns. I found that out.
Really?
Yeah, at basic training, I never even tried to become a good shooter. I mean, I thought I was excited about it. Once they gave me the M14, I felt nothing but anxiety. I never wanted to shoot the thing.
Really?
Yeah, and then from there, I just kind of kept my head low and did what I was told until I finished my 8 years. I got lucky enough never to get put in a dangerous situation or to have to hurt anybody else.
Yeah, and within 8 years, that's a pretty the ratio of you not,
That's a
being,
great run, yeah.
being put into a certain situation.
Yeah, no, and I got lucky. I got to go to Guam, the Philippines, Hawaii. I trained with the special forces out there. I had all the fun stuff. I really did luck out when it came to the military, and I feel like it did help me grow as a person. So I'm so lucky that I got to do that.
So you were stationed more in the Pacific Coast.
Now it's actually home most
Yeah?
of the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was in San Bernardino for the most part, but every now and then they'd send me out somewhere. I'd have like a month or two where I'd go do something else, and I'd just come right back. It was never anything like a war mission. It was just more like training missions and different things they wanted me to go do.
Okay. Dang. Do you have the urge to pick up a gun now? No.
I couldn't wait to get rid of it the first day after I got it. No. I've made peace with the fact that I'm never going to shoot anybody.
Yeah. I've never picked up a gun.
I'm not even a fighter. I feel like I'm not even sure I'd win one because I don't fight that often. Luckily, people don't want to fight me. I'm a big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not violent. I don't feel like any of that's for me. I don't ever want to hurt anybody.
Yeah. People want to fight me because I'm a smaller guy.
Yeah?
I think so.
Oh, jeez.
I think that's what happens. But yeah, no, I'm the same way. Like I wouldn't like I probably would maybe just shoot a gun for the experience, just to say, hey, I've shot a gun, but I have no desire. I mean, typically when I want to do something, I go out and do it, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like if somebody, hey, like I have tickets to go shoot a gun, you want to come with me? Yeah, I'll go. But I don't make it, a priority to do that,
No, and then I don't knock it for anybody who does.
Absolutely.
I have a lot of friends who still love weapons and love guns. It just did nothing but give me anxiety, and I just couldn't do it.
Why do you think that? Why do you think that it gave you anxiety?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't go into it thinking like, oh, guns are horrible. But once I had it in my hands, and I felt like I could hurt somebody or myself, it just, I don't know, it didn't resonate with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even now I feel like I'd be more of a pepper spray kind of guy. Like that's what I take to the knife fight.
What about it? Like, did they do any combat type of training?
A little bit
For the National Guard?
They had some jujitsu training that.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they didn't teach us too much. I got my ass kicked when we were practicing, and I forgot it like a month after. I never used it at all. Like I said, I'm not a violent guy. I can see myself doing that.
Yeah, I don't see. I mean, I can't imagine you in a fight. You're a pretty big dude too.
I am. Yeah, I feel like people normally would.
Yeah, they'd be like, no, I don't want to fuck with this guy.
No, yeah, good thing too, because I don't want to fuck with you either. Let's just hug it out. Come on.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Hug it out, guys. Oh my God. That's fucking that's good, man.
Yeah.
That's good. Oh, one thing I was gonna ask you about, so what's coming up next for you? What do we got coming up for you?
So much. I put up a lot of the events on my Instagram. I normally try to do pop-up events from Thursday all the way to Sunday, and I'll do multiple events on days as well. Sometimes they'll let me put up the art and not be there, and I just go set up somewhere else. So most weekends you could find me somewhere. Oh wow, cool.
Yeah. So go ahead and tell us where we can find all your stuff, man.
Yeah, there's Clownsky Lounge. I have my gallery there. You could always contact me on Instagram if you're looking to hang up some art and you're a local artist in Pomona. I work with the Alley Gallery to put up those murals on the streets. I'm probably working another one, but they usually have new artists to do those. I also work really closely with another gallery called Artists in the Alley, who does a really beautiful gallery once a month during our art walk on the second Saturday of the month. I always submit 3 new pieces, and they always have a ton of other amazing artists that submit that. It's one of my favorite shows. Actually, that's one of the shows where I give my best artwork. I try to do something new for them every single month and give them 3 of my best pieces. I got my solo show coming up in Norwalk in the month of January. I got this bachata event on the 7th on my birthday, where there'll be tons of dancers and classes there too if anybody wants to go out and try that. Other than that, just take a look at my Instagram and see where I'm going to be popping up.
Let's pull up his Instagram so we can get that up there.
All right.
There it is.
Yeah, in fact, that last post that says Viva the Vets, it's a carousel with like 10 other images, and each image is like another event that I'm doing. So you can just click on those whenever you see an event and just keep swiping so you can see where I'm going to be in case I might be in your city.
There we go.
Yeah, that one just passed this past Saturday. I had 3 events on the 24th of September. Yeah, to skip a couple there, but yeah, that's where I normally put where I'm gonna be. My stories are where I put where I'm gonna be that day. So if you don't know, you just go.
There we go.
Yeah, that's another way.
Cool. And then I'm gonna put all of Mario's links down at the show description. Of course, if you're watching on YouTube, go down to the episode description. You can find all the clickable links for Mario stuff. Go to his website. I want to check out his website too. There we go.
Yeah, that's more examples of.
Oh, that's fucking cool, dude.
Yeah, that was my first show.
Jesus.
All black light.
That's fucking badass, man.
Yeah, I was lucky they let me splatter all over the walls.
Yeah?
Yeah, with lights, that room was nuts. That was the funnest show ever. Yeah, I'm sure they regret giving me that much freedom. Because they had to paint the walls after I was done.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Do you have any more stuff down there? What are the updates? There we go. Bring it. Show out. There we go. Clownski Lounge.
Yeah, I actually haven't updated the event so much on there, but if you click on there, there's images of my art. There's different ways to look at. Instagram really is the best one because that's the one where I'll always update my newer photos.
Okay. Yeah. I still have to go check that one out. Adam told me about that one. More Leaders. He told me about that one, and because we were hanging out in downtown Pomona, we didn't have a chance, or I think it was closed that day or something like that.
Maybe,
we weren't able
but
to
if
go.
you ever give me a call or write me on Instagram and make an appointment, I can get.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Oh sweet. Yeah, let's connect that way. But thanks, man, for coming out and doing this. I really appreciate it. It was great talking to you.
No, this was awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
We gotta do this again, man. It was great. It was great talking to you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Appreciate it. But everybody go down to the show description, check out Mario's stuff, and don't forget to follow and subscribe. The Mind Buzz Podcast.